And hello, we've got a very special interview today with my good friend Heures Dis. How are you, Dis?
I'm doing great, Pontiff. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad. Dis, what's the name of your channel so people can let have a look at some of your stuff?
My channel is this Heures Dis. This
Okay.
Heures this.
Okay. I'll put a link in the description below there. So
Amazing. Thank you,
just make
Pontiff.
sure I do it because sometimes I don't. I say I'm going to do it, but the time I put the video up,
I'll, I'll make
Dis,
sure. Yeah.
Dis,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you today about watch collecting.
Yes.
And how long have you been watch collecting for? How long have you been watch collecting?
I've been watch collecting since 2013. That's when I
And
started
I'm
watching
wearing my
you.
two submariners, two
To
submariners.
Submariner. Mariner.
So you've been collecting since, sorry, how long? 2013.
13. 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 years, 10 years, 10
10
years.
years. 10 years.
And I got to tell you, um, I myself, I've had some massive ups and downs in my collection, as you probably know.
Yes.
It's and you know the thing is with myself, I had an amazing collection. Okay, and
Yes.
unfortunately, that's no longer they're not in my possession. Even though technically I still legally own them, they're not actually in my possession.
Yeah. Set
Now that
affair. Set affair. Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? There are people who get bad diagnoses with their health every day of the week. And it's just, it is what it is. The thing is, I've sort of come full circle with my collecting. Like, I wanted a lot of pieces, and um, I wanted a lot of pieces. Um, now the thing is, of course, I've actually my collection grew, and I've actually sold a piece off. And partly the reason for reducing my collection is these are risky things to keep at home. You can't really, even if you've got a good safe, and I put all my watches are in the bank safe, but besides one watch to wear and one to swap, I basically don't keep the whole collection at home anymore. And the thing is, it really at the moment we're going there's some really tough economic times happening. And what I mean by tough, I mean it's not doom and gloom. The world's not ending. It's not all fucked. But for a lot of people, serious collectors, they're saying, well, fuck. I don't need to have so many people. I want to trim down a bit. The money can be used for better. I mean, beforehand, we had interest rates were so low. You had 2% money, which is virtually free money to buy whatever you want. Now, money is expensive.
Yes.
So the big thing is, of course, is want to trim down a bit. And I wanted to get your advice here. I want to
Okay.
get your advice. And I wanted to ask you, in your own case yourself, you've had your collection has grown. At one stage, you had a couple Rolex, you had a no date sub, and then you got a pre ceramic GMT Master, GMT
Yes.
Master 2,
Yes.
and then you had to sell one because of financial problems,
Yes.
and now, through the grace of God, you've actually got a beautiful ceramic sub on your wrist there. And
Yes,
so
indeed.
you've kind of had a few things there. And we were talking the other day on a stream. You saw I want to get this. I want to get a Zin. I want to add this. And before you know it, these things are thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Before you know it,
Yeah.
you can spend thousands of dollars. And you say to yourself, Fike, this is really um, this is getting really expensive. It starts to get really painful. And I've had the same thing happened to me. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think is enough? How many pieces? What's enough? What's enough to have? What do you think?
Well, I think that before I say the number, I think it's subjective
Yeah.
for everybody. It's really
Yes.
subjective because some
Yes.
people like they watch. Oh, that's an amazing 4 pieces. That's what you have right now, Archie. You
Yes,
don't
that's
need no.
correct.
You don't need more than this. Come on.
Well, actually, keep talking. Keep talking.
So people are. It's subjective. Some people watch. They have watches like they have pants. So they want a pant for every day in the office. So my number will be 5. 5 is the complete best number of watches to have in a collection, in my humble opinion, because you have a watch for every day in the office. And then you have the weekend, maybe you have another one for the weekend, a weekend watch. But 5
Yes.
is my number, 5. What do you think about that?
Hey, I totally agree with you there. I think, you know, the funny thing is I've had collections where I've the most watches. Now, when I say watches, I mean you don't include the cheaper $100, $200 watches. I think when we're talking watches, we're talking painful watches. And obviously for different people, that's a different amount of money. But for normal
Yeah.
middle class, sort of lower middle class people like myself, these are each one of these is fucking expensive. Okay, these are
Yeah.
not cheap. These are not cheap. And I got to say to you, I think realistically, what what the perfect number to have is, you say to yourself, well, for me, Rolex is really important because it's so usable. It's waterproof. You can wear it every day. So I got to have something waterproof that's usable. I also like to, if I'm going to have a collection, I want to have a few functions. I like to have a dive. I like a chronograph. And I really love a GMT. A GMT is such a fantastic complication. It's so usable. So usable.
Yes.
And I really think myself, with as far as these watches go, um, I really feel you got to say to yourself, when you say how many is enough, how many is, well, if you've got unlimited money, you know, I think 10 to 20 watches, no problems.
Yeah. I agree.
But you know, if you've got a big collection, you've then got other problems. Let me explain what I mean. In my case, as I found out, you've got fucking security problems. When
Yeah.
you've got a big collection, it's a huge amount of money. Then you've also got problems in the sense that you need to service these watches. If you've got 20 watches and say they're, Rolex, you're looking at over a thousand Aussie, 1,000 US to service each of these watches. That's $20,000 for a 20-piece luxury collection. So that costs significant, very significant. So I think myself that the big thing is with these watches is it's not necessarily saying, hey, there's a certain number. Everyone's number is different and it depends on your capabilities. But sometimes I like to shrink the collection. I think if you shrink the collection, it really has more meaning. What I mean by that is it by shrinking the collection, it makes you think, what do you really, really enjoy and what do you really like? Now, I got to show you something.
Sure.
And
Sure. Contact.
I'm just going to bring up another picture in a minute. But
Okay.
I wanted to say that now this was my collection, and I I've trimmed it. I trimmed it. So let's have a
Uh,
look here. So this here. So this, and I honestly, I just sold the Maserati Blue Daytona. Okay.
yes, very good. I mean, I like it, but it didn't fit in the collection, in my opinion.
Well, it was a mag. I think it's an amazing. I didn't sell it because it's not a beautiful watch.
Okay.
The reason I sold it is it's a lot of money. I want the money because I still got substantial home loan. I've got kids at school going into uni, and how many's enough? And I tried I'm glad I got some more pieces than less pieces. And I got to be honest with
Yeah.
you, what I decided
Yeah.
to do was I thought, the Daytona, it's beautiful. It's a fucking beautiful watch.
Yeah.
But the money would be really handy at this point in my life. Later on, the money may not be. It doesn't. It may not. On your deathbed, none of this shit matters, right? But
Yeah.
now that's a lot of money to me, and I didn't sell. I actually love that watch. I really fucking love that Maserati Blue Daytona, and it really. But the money really will solve. It'll plug some holes, right?
Hmm.
And I want to ask you this.
Yes.
So this was a six piece. One, two, three, four, five, six. The next question is, do I need the paddock?
Yes.
Do I need the reverso?
Yes.
You're saying have five. You've just said the four piece I had before that was missing the paddock. I didn't have in that photo. Didn't have the paddock. How many
Yes.
do you need? Four or five?
Five. I told you five. You need a paddock in
Five.
that previous photo.
No, no, no. It didn't. It didn't. Sorry, it
I
didn't.
know what I'm saying is that it was missing from the photo. You need that paddock
Oh,
in that
yes,
photo.
yes, 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 yes. Um, it's a it's a very tricky thing. It's a tricky thing there. You think that five is enough there, Bear? Well, sorry, that
Yeah, five
five?
is enough, my friend. And for your collection, for you being Archie Luxury, the Pontiff, Archibald
Yeah,
Chesterfield III,
yeah,
this covers all of your basics. You have Steel Sports Stunner Rolex. You
yeah,
have this Man on the Fighting Moon.
yeah,
You have the Reverso that you love so much. And you have the
yeah,
Paddock, and Paddock is part of your brand. So I
yes,
think this is your perfect five-piece stunner collection, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah. No, I totally understand what you're coming from there. Tell me this, in your case, you've had some massive ups and downs. I think you get to a point in life where you realize you don't have to own everything.
I got to that lately. It's a very hard point to get to, but at one point you understand, okay, I want this watch, I need this watch, but I don't really have to have it because money is more important than watches. Having
Yes,
to pay for rent, for food, for going out with friends and eating something nice is more important than having some, I don't know, Zenith on your wrist. With all respect to
yeah,
Zenith, and there is
yeah,
respect.
yeah, yeah. How do you draw the line? What makes you draw the line? You say, like, I still love all the Pateks that I had. I love them. I love them. You know, I don't hate them. I love them, but I don't
Yeah.
have to own them now. I don't I don't have to have everything.
You can say to yourself, listen, I've had these Pateks, I've worn them, I made videos about them, I enjoy them, I had my time and my memories with them, and that's gone. Like a love that you had when you were a teenager, You were in
Yes.
love, and you had that love, and it ended. But today you can cherish the good memories that you had with it, and say it was in its time, and that time is over. Now I have new things for myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You just
Yes.
enjoy, cherish what you had, instead of saying, I need it again, I need it again. We always need
Yes.
things all the time, but it's just part of our being as humans. Don't give in to it. Don't give in to it.
Yes. Yes. I know exactly what you're saying there. That's a very, very good thing. I think myself, I'm actually going to be delivering that Maserati blue Daytona in the next couple of days. And I hope the guy who gets it, he's a beautiful man, Chris, um, beautiful guy. And I'm really happy he's getting it. That's partly, to me, when I sell something, I like to make sure it goes to somebody who I like. That's very important. I mean, I mean, that's not being a sensible businessman. Businessman only cares about money. But I
Yeah,
like to make sure they go to people who will love and appreciate them.
exactly. That the watch will not sit in the box. It will be on the wrist, and they will enjoy it and make memories with it.
Exactly. That's a very, very, very good point there. Dis, I want to thank you for coming on this interview today.
Sure thing.
Thank
Thank you
you
for
for
having me,
talking.
Partis.
Tell me, how many are in your watch collection now? What's your premium watch collection?
I'd say about seven.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
seven, more or less.
And you've got two Rolex. Two Rolex?
Yeah, I've got the sub 12 6 6 10, and I've got
Yep.
the GMT Master 2 1 6 7 10, and I'm
Yep.
happy with this. But I don't need any more Rolex. I want more Rolex,
Well,
but I
yeah,
won't
they're
get any
expensive.
because
They're expensive.
financially I cannot afford it.
Well, you're very lucky to have in this society. We're lucky to have one Rolex. We're talking
I
about,
am. I am very lucky
one
for it.
Rolex is a lot of money.
I know it's like a car. It's like a brand new car. It's
Exactly.
amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, my friend, I'm just going to run a ad for my sponsor, David SW. I
Perfect.
highly recommend David SW because he's a good seller. If you're in America, I highly recommend David SW. Let's run the advert. Hi, guys. It's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Oops, I'm just trying to run the ending theme there. One more minute there.